Hey, what's up? Dillio coming to you again. Welcome to all the new subscribers on this channel and also the subscribers that are already there. We just crossed over 60,000 subscribers after we just crossed over 50,000. I'm really excited about the channel growth, and I want to continue making content that you can enjoy, that you can use. So make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the notification bell, and also feel free to leave your comments in the video below. You know, good or bad, it's all good. It's not going to hurt my feelings. So let's go right into it. This video is about collaboration. If you've been on the internet and you shared your content online, you know you're going to run into people, or even if you've been to beat battles or networking events, oh, let's work, let's collab, let's do it. All right, so let's talk about that, because I think that a lot of people assume a lot of things when they say collab, and saying let's work and let's collab is a very loaded thing, because a lot of people ask for that and say they want to do that, but don't really give the person that they're letting know that they want to collab with any kind of game plan. In my opinion, it falls on the person asking for the collab to have a game plan and to be the spearhead of following through on that song. If you're going to ask somebody to collab, you don't ask somebody to collab and then expect them to take over the collaboration and follow it through for you. No, you as the point person has to be the leader to follow the song through. So we're going to talk about some answers to some questions that you might want to have in place when you approach somebody to collab, because just coming to someone and saying let's collab and assuming that that person is just going to make the Red Sea part for you is a bad place to be, and you'll be let down every time and you won't get music made. So this video is to hopefully help you have some answers to some questions that person may have, so that you can follow through on that collab and get a new song out, if that's what you want to do. So we're going to talk about from the perspective that you're the person asking someone to collab, and you have the intention of putting the song out. You're not just trying to do it for the love, okay? That's a whole nother topic. All right, so let's dive right in. Now the first question, and this is not in any particular order, that you might want to have an answer for is, who will produce the track? Are you a music producer yourself asking another artist collab? Or are you just an artist that doesn't do tracks yourself and is looking for tracks? Do you have a track that you bought from BeatStars or from Dillio T2K? Or are you expecting that producer to produce the track for it? This is something you might want to have in place in the beginning, because the last thing you want to do is to say, hey, let's collab, and then automatically assume that the producer that you're asking to collab with you, or the artist that you're asking to collab with you, automatically just wants to do a track and give you a track from off rip without really even knowing you, without even knowing what your track record is, which goes back into my previous video about you having a track record, which goes back into my previous video of you having music already out, so that you can show people that you're serious. That's why it's easier to tell a person that you want to collab and to make them more comfortable in saying, yes, I will collab with you, when you have previous content already out. And that's why a person who doesn't have previous content out is going to look at you like, well, I don't know if I really want to collab with you. You might be just some dude off the street that just wants to feel good about making music. You got to watch out for that. So make sure you understand where the track is coming from, because obviously that will be the foundation of the track. So make sure if you're providing a track to the collaborator, or if you're expecting that person to collab with you and provide a track for you. Another thing is that you want to come up with the concept of the song. What is the concept of the song in which you are trying to collab with another person to make? Is it a love song? Is it an R&B song? Is it a hip hop song? Is it a crunk song? Is it a tear the club up song? Is it a lo-fi song? These are the concepts that you might want to have in place before you ask somebody to collab, because one thing you don't want to assume is that, all right, yeah, man, let's collab. And then that person says, well, what kind of song you want to work on? And like, I don't know, what kind of song you want? You kind of go in the circle. See, you as the person who is initiating a collab must have this established to begin with in the first place. It is your job, in my opinion, it is your job to have that out the way, so that when you pitch this collab from them, and if they don't want to do it, good, you can find someone else to collab with. You can move on to the next person that might agree with the concept that you want to put down. So make sure you understand what the concept of the song is. What are you going to talk about in the song? When you know what you want to talk about in the song and what you want to be in the song, it makes it easier for that person who's collabing with you to come up with ideas that help complement your idea for the song. Remember, you're the initiator collaborator. You're asking that person to collab with you. Okay, so it's very important for you to spearhead that project through that way. Okay, a few more questions that we can group into that is this. All right, is the person going to sing? Is the person going to rap? Is that person going to write lyrics? Is that person going to write a hook? What specifically do you want that person to do? And on top of that, do they want to do that for free? Do they want to do that for the love, or are they compensating? Not all collabs are free. Not everybody wants to collab for free when they got other paying clients who do work with them all the time. So you might want to make sure you have information. Okay, if you're asking the artist to collab with you, are they a singer? Okay, well, all right, yeah, I want to collab on a song. I want you to sing this. I need you to write a song. I need you to write a hook and a verse. All right, or I need you to write the whole song. I got a beat, but I need you to write the whole song. Be upfront with that person on that. I've ran into artists that will ask me to come to the studio, and first of all, that artist was late, so that's a red sign. The second is that there was no engineer in the studio, and when the artist finally got there late, the artist came to me asking, was I all right, man, you gonna record us and mix us and all that stuff? And I'm like, no, I'm just here to do what we talked about that I said I agreed to do. I'm here to talk box. I'm not here to run your whole session. I'm not here to do every part of the song just because you asked me to do it for you. No, that's not how this works. What I bring to the table has value. So I'm not going to just do all these million roles. That's time out. There's a lot of artists that, and I hate for people who might be in that situation who are very talented and can do so many multifaceted things and are surrounded by people who, for the sole reason that they're capable of doing so much so well, when the person that they're around is so capable of doing so little. It's very important to pay attention to that. So make sure you understand the roles that you want that person to play when you're asking that person to collab. And don't assume that just because they can do a lot of different things and that they can do it well, that they want to do it for you. Find out what the lines are. Find out what makes them happy. Because if them doing everything for you and you just come in the booth and record just because you asked them to collab makes them unhappy and they know how to say no to that, they're going to say no. And God bless those that know how to say no to that, because there's some people that don't. Another question that you might want to have an answer for is, what value do you bring to the table with the collab? Do you have a good YouTube channel with a nice subscriber base? Do you have a nice Instagram following with a subscriber base? Do you have a nice fan base in the city for where you to promote the songs at? Do you have any of that involved with the collab? If you're not going to compensate, what value does that person bring, and what value do you bring if you're not going to pay them for anything? Are you going to take time to provide a music video for this shot and feature them in it? How does that work? You know, it's very important to understand what value do you bring to the table. This goes back to the track record. This goes back to the last video. If you don't have content that shows the value they can bring to the table, how do they really know? You know, talk is cheap. A lot of people have a mouthpiece and know how to big themselves up to be bigger than what they actually are. And when you have actual content that shows, yeah, I'm doing this, it's very hard to debate with that person that you're not bringing it to the table, because you got video, you got content, you got proof, you got social proof or video proof that, yeah, I'm doing this. Your content is your resume, you know. And if you have no resume, it's just like a regular job. You know, when you come to a job and you apply for that job, the first thing that people ask for when you apply for the job is, all right, where's the resume at? We need to look and see what you've done, because we're looking at a lot of people all the time. So we need to look at your resume and see what you've done. Same thing with music collaborations. You know, a lot of people approach me saying they want to collab, and I check them out. I'm like, okay, well, where's your resume? Because if you have no resume, I'm going to automatically look at you like, all right, well, I guess you expect me to do all this extra stuff because you don't look like you're really doing much right now. And you know I make good stuff, so you know that if I get involved in what you're doing, I'm going to make you look good and I'm not going to get anything out of it. And that doesn't really quite right. So that's why it's very important to have those answers in place to those questions that come up when you are asking someone else to collab. The bottom line is this: if you see somebody online or in a club or something like, and you're asking them to collab, it is solely your responsibility to see that project through. You don't approach somebody to collab on a song and then expect them to see it through for you. That's really not, that's rude and that's kind of stupid. It's not really a cool way to do things. It's not a cool way to do business. You don't invite somebody to your party and then automatically assume that once the party is done, that they're going to be the ones that clean up after you when you invited them to your party. Same thing with a collab. You know, my position is this: when I ask someone to collab, which I don't do often, but when I do put out that invite, I'm saying, hey, I'm going to normally do it as them as a feature artist on my song. Okay, I have brands, I have content, I have albums done. I'm going to say, all right, listen, I really like you to go on this song. This is the concept of the song. Here's the beat, okay? And I want you to write a verse and a hook. I'm going to take care of this verse and this hook right here. I just need you to come in and do that right there. It is my intention to make the experience of collabing with me, when I ask someone else to collab with me, to be the best experience for them as possible and as easy as it is for them as possible, because that's what I would want. If someone's going to ask me to collab, I'm going to say, all right, I want you to do this hook right here, I got this beat right here and stuff like that. I can compensate you by this way, I can pay you this much, or if I don't pay you, I can give you a split of the revenue streams from this, or I can feature you as a free collab with this promotion here and stuff like that. You know, and every situation different because every artist, musician has something different to bring to the table. But at the end of the day, when I ask someone to collab with me, I'm going to be solely responsible to make sure that person follows through with what they're bringing to the table and what I'm bringing to the table. You know, it's very important that I do that, and I don't assume them to decide for me. And if I ask them to collab, I'll probably have lyrics for them to sing. You know, I'll have that established, so that it's the easiest and seamless and smoothest transitions I can make for them when it comes to creating a song. It's very important to understand that, because if I'm looking at an artist, because I'm also always looking for people to collab, but in my time, especially if no one's hiring me to do tracks for them and stuff like that, and I'm getting ready to hire and invite someone on a collab, I'm going to make sure that I know they can deliver. I'm going to make sure that I know that they can deliver good lyrics, good vocal performance. They are professional, they can be on time, they can show up on time. I know one thing, that if I ask someone to collab with me and they show up whenever they want to a collab, it'll probably be the last time they see me, because I make sure that I do things on time, because I don't like to waste time and I don't like to sit around waiting for anybody. If someone's saying, oh, I'm gonna be 30 minutes late, I tell them to go home, save your gas, turn around. Or it's like, oh, I'm about to be an hour late, don't worry about it. Because it's really the little things that matter to me more than the big stuff. You could be a great singer, but if you're not a very good respecter of my time when I'm asking you, or when you hire me to do something, I'm not really going to be, you know, I have some room with it, but I don't have a lot of room with that, you know. So, well, I hope that this video answers some things for you when you're talking about collaboration. This is part of the artist empowerment series, where I am trying to empower independent artists and to try to get good feedback and stuff like that. If you have any questions, feel free to hit the link in the description below to know how you can get a question answered. I cannot guarantee your questions will be answered unless you find a link in the scroll and drop a donation on that. I have presets on my website as well. If you're looking for sounds for mashup, I have chord samples and I have choruses and things like that, all on DillioT2K.com. Thank you guys so much again for subscribing to this channel. Hope to see you guys in the next video, and also the new remakes and new song covers that I'll be doing right here on this channel at DillioT2K. I'm your host, Dillio. The channel is DillioT2K, and I'll see you guys later in another video. Peace out.